Hi, this is Mike Torsha, and welcome to Live Well and Thrive. I have a very special guest, and I gotta say, I cannot stop laughing, constantly laughing. This is probably going to be the most fun interview ever. Her name is Darcy Donavan, and she is one hell of a woman. She is, what don't you do?
Juggle. I cook like you do. You cook.
There you go. Yeah, right.
I cook.
You got pit bull.
I got a pit.
Come on.
Yeah.
You got 5 dogs.
Yep.
You're number one in my book right now.
All right. Yeah. We just had that conversation about dogs and how dumb people are about pits and how they don't understand, the breed. It's really sad.
Well, they've had a bad label because of gang members and other groups that had these pit bulls that were trained for attack.
Yeah.
And then of course, people that don't understand that pit bulls are working dogs. You have to walk them. You have to give them attention. And if you don't, they can have psychological problems later on, like any breed.
Yeah. Well, German Shepherds, think about what they do with the police. They hire German Shepherds. I think they could definitely hire pits. But my dog is a gentleman. And he's like, he takes care of all the other dogs that are small, and then he'll whip them into line. I have one.
He's the alpha.
He is the alpha,
yeah. Okay.
But he is my baby. I'll tell you, I didn't get any sleep, so I'm probably going to be like a chihuahua on crack because he got up on the bed and then he's like, it's like having a whale on my bed, and I'm trying to move him over. You can't. So he got on my side and kind of, I couldn't sleep.
He kind of wiggles over.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, Max, move over. And so he was just like, I ain't moving. So, but, he's just such a gentleman. Like, if I'm sad or upset, they probably...
I hear, I have the male, his name is Jax.
Oh, I love that.
And the female's Bella.
My dog, I had a dog named Bella.
Yeah, the name is beautiful,
It is.
Well,
it's beautiful
in Italian.
Yeah.
So they sleep with me in the bed. So Jax likes to put his head right here, and he just looks up at me. I got to tell you something. I fall asleep so fast. I see his sweet eyes, right? And then Bella is on the side by my knee, and by the time I fall asleep, I wake up in the morning, Jax is at the end, and she's snuggled against me. But she likes to do that thing, right? So she kind of wiggles her way up, pushes her brother out of the way. He's too tired to say anything,
Yeah.
But it's so funny. She's always next to me when I wake up.
I love that.
So for me, I feel protected.
Yeah, I do
You want
too.
to break in my house? Good luck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Max would. Well, I'll tell you, the thing that I love about him is, somebody dropped him off. They gave us a backstory. My mom and I had a dog, Bella. She passed away. She was actually a husky wolf that I rescued. She was wolf.
Wow.
When I take her out, she was majestic, but she talked. Talk. I've never in my whole life had a dog talk, but man, I miss her. But when she passed away, I went and I said a prayer. I said, God, please, because there was all these animals that need homes. So if you need, for the viewers watching, please go out. If you're depressed, if you're sad, if you're overweight, and you want to lose weight, get a dog. I'm telling you, it will change your life. They're better than people. But I said a prayer and I said, God, show me, So I looked at several dogs, and then Max, something, I said, God, show me a sign. So the interesting thing was I walk out and it was dead silent, nothing. Then all of a sudden, it was like hundreds of birds just flocked right in front of one of the kennels. And you got to think there was like 30, 40 kennels and I was like, that's the one. Took him out, and it was about, because we looked at a lot of dogs, my mom and I. We were like, we wanted the perfect dog because I had other little dogs at home. And I was like, I got to get a dog that's going to gel with the other dogs. And I'll tell you, the person who, shows us the dog, he goes, he's really good. And I said, why is that? And he goes, he's not barking at everybody else. Cause I mean, it's like chaos. It's like,
Yeah, I know.
they're all barking, all
Like,
the
hey,
dogs.
help, here I am, help me, get me out of
It
here.
was insane. So he was just kind of like happy-go-lucky and went in there, and then the birds followed into the play. There's like a play area so you can get to know the dog. And I mean, with the other dogs that I went, nothing, no birds, nothing. And then it was
Wow.
like all these hundreds of birds followed us. So I was like, and I mean, he's definitely my angel. You know, he's amazing
The
because
universe brought you together,
yeah,
right?
he did.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm like, here's the deal. I feel safe with him, and especially being a female, you want to feel safe. And he just makes me feel safe. Like he makes me feel so protected. But at the same time, it's like my mom will come and visit. Love you, Mom, but I got to just tell you, you drive me nuts sometimes. So my mom drives me nuts, but I love her. But sometimes we'll be arguing, or, my best friend, she'll come, she's, like my sister, so she'll come in and we'll be talking, and then you get an argument, he'll get in the middle, and he'll push people out of the way, like, all right, leave my mom alone. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Even Becca over here, when she annoys the shit out of me, she's like, all right, leave Mom alone. It's awesome.
But it's instinctive, but it's nothing dangerous, but they're protective.
No. I mean, he's just like, he'll just push him out of the way, like nudge him, like all right. But I mean, he looks to me, somebody comes in, he's like, Mom, are they okay? I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, but if they're not, I mean.
Yeah, they could tell the tone.
Oh, yeah.
And the energy. I had a party not too long ago. I had moved into this new house. And I had a friend of mine, he was like standing up by the fireplace. And he was like going into this, he's Italian like me, he's moving his hands and stuff. And he started elevating the loudness of his voice.
Oh.
Both pits went front, sat down, looked at him, and was, and they never did that before. But they just didn't like the loud
the energy,
and this and that.
Yeah,
and then I said, can you not talk as loud and put your hands down?
Yeah.
Because are they going to bite me? I go, no. But they sense something that's unusual,
Yeah.
They're very protective. The first time he came in my house, right?
Right.
Now they go and lean on him and everything.
Yeah.
But they didn't know him. He raised his voice. He started moving his arms around and like, you know what? We got to go over to Dad. They went right away, right in front of him, and just sat there politely, but the little undertone.
Well, it's the same thing when you meet a kid. Like if you don't know, you meet, what I try to tell people, I'm like, you can't just go up to a dog. It's like you introduce yourself. And you say, hey, like, how are you doing? But you don't just, people are just like, I got a picture. You got to introduce yourself.
Yeah. I got to tell you, when people come over, I go, I need to introduce you. And they think I'm nuts, seriously.
Are you kidding me?
No, I go, listen, if you want to come to my house, these are my rules.
Yeah.
You got to be introduced to the dogs.
Yeah. I don't understand that. Some people annoy the shit out of me. There is actually a commercial. I don't know what the commercial is, but it's like, have you seen it where it's like, guy's like got his food and he's like, it's in the refrigerator and his friend is like, you feed your dog out of the refrigerator? And he's like, get out. I'm like, that's how I am. I mean, the joke is my mom is like the Taj Mahal, for her dogs, and I'm the Hilton. My mom, like, listen, she's got me beat. I mean, today she called me before I came, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta get Jasper. I'm cooking his dinner." And I'm like, you're cooking his dinner? Yes, I got to make a special meal for him. And then, I mean, she has 2 German Shepherds. So I got her because my stepdad always wanted German Shepherds. So I got him that for his birthday. And then my mom's like, well, they have another girl. And I'm like, okay, I'll buy him. But 2 puppies, my mother, it's like Animal House there, crazy stuff. I mean, I should record the conversation and put it on social media because it's so crazy. She's like, will you stop it? Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm like, Mom, hey, I'm still here. Will you stop eating that poopsicle? I mean, they're eating poopsicle. Yeah, I mean, I have to hear this whole thing while I'm talking to her. There have been times where I'm at a red carpet and she pulls that. She'll start talking about
talking shit on the floor.
You can go, hey, Mom, I'm like sitting right next to Brad Pitt. Oh, tell him, yeah, that's great, Darcy. Well, did you know that Jasper just peed on the bed? Yeah. She doesn't care. She does not care. It's just all about the dogs, but the dogs have like Gucci perfume. They get the blankets get put into the dryer, and I mean, she is like,
Wow.
oh yeah. I told her, I said, you treat it. I said, what about me? I said, I had a crappy childhood compared to the dogs. What the hell? I never got a warm. I was just like, Darcy, I spoiled you. I'm like, no, ma'am, not like the dogs. Nope, nope, nope. I mean, they even have chicken, like they have special toothbrush stuff.
Oh, chicken flavored. Oh my
Yes.
God. Toothpaste. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to hear those? So, oh yeah. Yeah. Dylan knows. Yeah. True story. Okay. So, my mom, I had a house in Nashville. My mom, was staying with me. She had a place in Atlanta, but she was staying with me for a little while, kind of vacationing. So I was like, listen, I got to be in LA. So just, take care of the house, do what you want to do. So I come back, I get off the plane, I'm starving. So I see all these snacks. First thing I do is I'm like, man, Mom, these are great. So I see Oreo cookies, I start eating them. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, these are delicious. She goes, those are dog biscuits. And I'm like, but they tasted good, but they're made of carob. But still, she has the.
It's healthier.
Yeah, but it's like it's the human food with the dog food. So later that night, I go out with a bunch of my friends. I don't get until 2 a.m. and my mom's asleep. I'm half out of it. And one of my friends was like, she goes, hey, can I take a shower? And, I was like, yeah. So I went to my mom's bathroom and I have a toothbrush in there. So I start brushing my teeth and I swear to God, I was like, what the heck? It tasted like, it was like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh God.
She had the dog toothpaste right next to the human toothpaste.
Oh, and you put the, oh my
yes,
God.
and you know how, like if you're out all night and you're like, I want minty fresh breath, not like chicken fried, Kentucky Fried Chicken breath. It was terrible, but I can understand why dogs love that toothpaste, but it was disgusting. And so I never let her live that down. I said, Mother, please, for God's sake, don't, do that. She, of course she laughed her ass off, but that was humiliating.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, my dogs they don't have that. They have enzymatic stuff, but I mean, she's got they have a little snack thing. They have buttons when they want a treat. Oh yeah. It's ridiculous.
No, what about you though? Do you actually cook for your dog?
I cook, but not like she does. Well, again, she's Taj Mahal. I'm the Hilton. Right. So they get spoiled, but not like that.
Yeah.
But when my mom comes up, I mean, it's like kids, like you said. Yeah. It's like, they're like, screw you. Grandma's here. I'm getting whatever I want,
So now, when you came here, did you have in mind be an actress, a writer, a producer, an author? I mean, you are doing and have done so much and continually do so much. All the TV shows you've been in, what are some of the shows? Share with the audience.
Well, I was in Anchorman. That's a lot of people know that. Anchorman, Parks and Rec, Modern Family, Nip Tuck. There's list goes on and on. So I've been at Entourage. So the thing is, I didn't really realize, coming here, how everything was going to work out. I mean, I started in music, and that's kind of what I was like. You think that's your path and what you're doing, and it still is. I've got an album that I've been working on, and I've got a music video that I'm going to be recording. So I'm still doing that. But I mean, I would say it's like my career's along this line of like Jennifer Lopez, how she kind of does it all, and she's an entrepreneur. But I'm also kind of Dolly Parton-esque,
Yeah, you've got that. That feel, yeah.
So I mean, it's like I do a little bit of everything, but I'm an overachiever because like my family, people go, "Oh, you've done all that," and it's just it doesn't. It's do you know who Rick Springfield is? I was reading his book, and then I saw an interview about him, and we have like mutual friends and stuff, and he's got the same complex like I do. Like it's just, I cut all my hair off when I was a kid by accident. I got some gum in my hair, so I look like Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber's cute, but I'm a girl, and it's like, oh, you got a cute boy. But my cousin, she was really cute. She had little blonde ringlets, and I was kind of the ugly one. So it's like I came home to my grandmother because my parents were divorced at that time, and I told my other grandmother on my mom's side, I was like, I'm ugly. She's like, "Ach," she's German. She's like, "You're not ugly." I'm like, "Yes, I'm ugly, Grandma. I'm ugly. Nobody loves." I was just crying, and I'm like 5, 6. So, I think when stuff like happens, and I was reading his. He went through that, and it affects you when you're young. I think it just affects you mentally, no matter how old you are. That I'm just an overachiever, and it's like I don't ever feel like I've done enough. It's like,
But that says something about who you are as an individual. You're driven.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, no, no. But you have a great sense of humor, and what's wonderful is I saw your smiling face when we just met outside, and you have this wholesome look and just energy, but you're a sexy woman at the same time, which is a hell of a combination, right? Seriously, you have it all. So you come in, you have that wholesome, warm feeling, you feel safe, but you also have the booty going on.
Yeah, well, hey, you
got it going on.
You got to do the dolly thing, right?
So now, what do you do for your body? Is there anything specifically? Do you like
yoga?
Yoga?
Yoga. That everybody has their thing. Like, obviously, you're in like phenomenal shape. Holy crap. If my brothers met you, I would tell them, I was like, yeah, be very embarrassed because they all used to be athletes.
Well, I was a competitive bodybuilder.
Oh, nice.
And after I retired, I just loved having a six-pack. I love having a hard body. When I'm in the shower and washing myself, I like having a firm, shapely body. I could never have that fat hanging over me.
Did you hear that, Rebecca? Did you hear this? Did you hear what he's saying?
I don't want that for me. For me.
Right.
I don't do it for everybody else. I do this for me. And that's what's important. And I'm healthy.
Right.
And I don't overtrain. I just train consistent and precise. I love to cook. I eat clean. I don't put anything in my body that doesn't add value. So why?
And it shows.
Yeah, right?
You're like the epitome of health. Like,
thanks.
It's incredible. And I touched your shoulder and I was like, oh my God, it's concrete. So it's like the proof is in the pudding. But
you get, after years of training, and people don't understand this too, just increasing protein makes your body hard and firm. Now, the word protein comes from the Greek word proteus, means of first importance. Oh. That's why you have to consume protein. If you don't, you cannibalize your muscle tissue. Like, a lot of these people are doing like those weight loss drugs. Mm-hmm. Well, the problem is 40% of that weight loss is muscle. 30% of it is water, and the other 30% is fat. So what happens is your muscles start to liquefy and you cannibalize your muscle tissue because your body needs protein.
And a lot of people that are on that have
scary looking, right?
Yeah. Well, they also have a lot of bad side effects. You know what I mean? Right. And listen, I do want us to bring back I'm looking at, the way that old Hollywood was. You had Marilyn Monroe. She was not a size 2, folks. She was not a size 4. She wasn't a size 6. She was like a 12. And she's considered the most sexiest woman. People need to eat, listen, I grew up around, Italians.
Yeah.
And, my grandmother was German, full-blooded German. And it's like they love
You have Italian in you, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have Italian, Brazilian, and German. Wow. So, the thing is that I'm not, even if I starved myself to death, I would still have a athletic body, but that's just my build. So sometimes people, no matter what you do, you got to love what you have, because we are all different. But at the same time, there's people that actresses that I see, they're not gorgeous or sexy, but that's something, when you look at them and it's like they're healthy, but there's something that it's a quality that I can't explain, and it's just like they've got that. You ever meet a woman and you're like, God, she's got a unique beauty. Yeah. And I see, some of these actresses who are just like, oh my God, they're just don't
look at the size. But look at the size Marilyn Monroe. She was a larger woman.
But she was stunning.
Right? But see what I'm saying? So
But why? But see, that's what I'm like, that is one of the things that I'm wanting to do. Like with I'm into the tech sphere of like NFTs, crypto, and all that kind of stuff. I'm known as the crypto queen. So basically, that is what I'm wanting to do is become like the first woman that's really like running a studio to where we're giving like people come in and they don't have to worry about their size, their age, what they look like. They're going to be in a film and they're going to be able to go, okay, I'm getting the same money as my male counterparts. I don't have to come in and worry about somebody sexually assaulting me, because too, like, listen, my mafia name is the Connector. I don't put up with that. I mean, even my business manager, Dylan, knows, like, I'm very respectable. I believe that you should have integrity, be nice, go out of your way for people. But I also expect, to be professional when I expect you to treat everybody as your equal when you're on set. I think that, there's just a lot of egos. There's a lot of things that go on. And especially just the way that, I mean, listen, I've had people say stuff to me about my weight. I'm too curvy, or I'm this or that. And then I go back to Nashville, people are like, my girl will be like, gain some weight. You're too skinny.
Oh,
so, I mean, it's just, the thing is it's a perception, because like, you go to Tennessee or even Sean back there, Texas, you go to Texas, the women got, they got curves. And then, I mean, the definition of beauty, it's just different in so many countries. And I just feel like, I see this Ozempic and all this stuff. I mean, people killing themselves because they're like, this is what I have to look like.
They want to be in a size 1.
Exactly.
Come on.
And listen, there are some girls I have met that they're like, I can't eat. Bless their hearts. I'd like to hit them over the head, but bless their hearts. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, good luck for them. I'm like, there are girls that can eat and eat and eat. They just have a fast metabolism, but it will eventually catch up to them.
Yeah, but here's the detrimental side of that is the fact that their body isn't showing from all the things that they're eating in the exterior part of their body, what's happening in their arteries, the plaque building up, all the other.
Their skinny fat.
Right. So the exterior may look healthy, but inside they're putting all this processed food, all these things that are bad for the kidneys, the liver, just everything in general. So later on in life, those skinny people don't look so good. They look very aged, right?
Right, yeah. Like, skeleton almost like.
And it's scary. Now, here's another side effect with those weight loss drugs. You lose your desire to eat and you can't taste food. Now, me being Italian, if I lost my ability to enjoy food, I put a gun in my mouth and blow my brains out.
That's like sex on a plate.
Yeah, I love to eat.
I agree.
I live to eat. I can't wait.
You wouldn't know it though.
You wouldn't. Well, I started working out because I was a fat kid and I wanted to eat. So I was told if you work out, you can eat more. Yeah. So to me, I love to eat. Like I go to Rayo's all the time, and I'll get a whole pound of rigatonis and 3-4 meatballs. I mean, I feast, but I train like an animal. It's different. If you're expending it,
right.
And what I do is I rotate it. I have certain days, I have my pasta and this and that. So I have my highs and lows because I do carbohydrate cycling.
You do the carb cycling?
Right,
right. Okay.
That is the formula. This way you can enjoy life. You don't feel like you're depriving yourself.
I agree.
And because when I eat, I don't want to say I can only eat half. No, I want to eat the whole pie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm going to have my day off, I want to really enjoy it.
And
right?
And I agree. And see, that's what life is meant to be. And I feel like, it's just, again, going back to old time, the women were voluptuous. The women had curves. The women, it's like everybody's different. We're kind of in a melting pot, where, I mean, I could put probably 20 women right here in front of you and Dylan and Sean, and you guys would pick a different girl. So it's like, that's just, people need to understand. And I think sometimes, studios and, Hollywood in general, they have this thing of this is what beauty is and perfection. Well, I mean, look at Dolly Parton. She did all kinds of movies. She owns Dollywood. She does, but I mean, she's not like skinny. She's voluptuous. She looks fabulous.
Okay, well, here's something to reference to that comment. when I was training Matt Damon for The Bourne Identity for Universal.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You trained Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, they had me.
balls.
They said, we have this actor. We want to turn him into an action hero. Can you get him ripped? I said, hell yeah. But then they said, we have Franca Potente, the German actress who did Run Lola Run, and she looked really beautiful. Well, we casted her for the movie, but unfortunately, that was 9 months ago. She gained over 30 pounds, and we sent the outfit there that she got fitted in. She doesn't fit, so we need to fly you to Berlin. We need you to start training her first because she's got to get the weight off. So I said, okay. So they sat me down at the studio and said, look, you got to sit her down and say, look, you have to lose this weight. If you don't lose the weight, you'll be replaced because you have to be fit.
Yeah. Well, to do the role, because it's a job.
So now I get to Berlin and I call up Franca at her home and I said, I'll be at this cafe for breakfast. Let's have a talk, get to know each other. So I meet her there the next day. And she got there a little early, and she had ordered some tea, and she had all these biscuits and honey and jam, and there was mounds of sugar. And so while I'm walking in, she had the two pieces of they were like muffins, and put all this jam, and then she put the jelly, and then she was sprinkling the sugar on top of it, right?
Oh, God.
And her face was really swollen. So I walked in and I go, shit. And then I watched her put all this sugar into the tea. I was sweating. I was sweating just looking at it, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. So I basically had to explain to her that I need to get you in shape. And I said, you gained a lot of weight. She goes, yes, but I thought it wouldn't it be great? Amazing American actor finds a love interest that's heavy. It looks like the everyday woman. I said, no, did you read the script? What you have to do? There's a lot of action things you got to do. You need to be lean and mean, just like Matt's lean and mean.
Yeah.
And so she goes, otherwise they already, and I listed some of the actors that were considered to replace her.
Right.
This woman trained like a demon.
Good.
She told them to take the biscuits away. She lost all the weight. She got in fantastic shape.
That's amazing.
But I was the one that they had me go over, fly to Germany to tell these actors, you better lose weight or you're going to throw your ass out, you know?
Well, but here's the thing. Like, I have actors that come to me and it's like, I played a detective. I did a movie with D.B. Sweeney and I had to get in shape. And I was like, this is a job. So that's what I did. And I got in tip-top shape. We filmed the scenes. Everything was great. But I mean, it was, stunt work. It was all we had to, work with all the stunt guys. And so the thing is that, depending on what kind of character, it's a job. And that's what I tell people. I mean, right now, I know, I have famous friends that are now like, before they're going to film, 6 months right now, they're in training right now.
Yeah.
And so that's what you do. It's the same thing. Like I used to do, pageants, beauty pageants. I mean, and I'm talking shredded. So it's like, there's things that you got to do to get shredded. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm like, this is the summertime, so it's like, I'm like, okay, going to the gym, doing my yoga. I'm like, you get cut up. And it's like my ex, he was like you, he was a bodybuilder and he also played pro football. And, he would eat more and get that, bulk in the winter. But then when the summer was coming up, he'd get cut up,
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I tried training with him one time and I was like, you shouldn't train with a partner. I literally almost threw a dumbbell at him because I'm like,
not
dude,
good.
I can't, that's weight. I mean, I'm not you. I'm like, don't put 600 pounds of weight on me,
Well, you can't, here's the thing is, you can't train with a man unless he knows how to train a woman. See,
he did not know that.
Coming up in the bodybuilding world, I worked with a lot of women and I ran a gym and I trained a lot of female models that had to stay a certain look. I noticed when they were training with other men, the men trained them like themselves. And the women started getting big arms and the quads started getting thick and the waist was getting the hips getting wider.
Yeah, because they're bulking up.
Like when I trained Kim Cattrall for Sex in the City, I had to get in amazing shape. Nicole Kim, I work with Nicole Kim. So I work with all these actresses, but their routine was totally different from Matt and Al Pacino and whoever else I worked with.
Absolutely.
Because like Roseanne Barr, I had to help her lose 30 pounds for her 50th birthday party. And I got all the weight off her. We were so funny. She hated like the treadmill. So she lived in Palos Verdes at the time, and there's all these horse trails. So we used to go for brisk hikes around the horse trails. But I remember the first day when I went hiking with her, I had like these beautiful white, sneakers on, and she saw some horse poop. And she goes, "How about we play a game? We'll hop over the poop." I go, "Oh, okay." So we hopped and hopped and hopped, and then she got to this one big pile, and she intentionally went in it, and all the horse shit went all over in my face, and my pants, and this is the first day I was training her, right? And she loved it. She absolutely loved it.
It was like a pig in shit.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, to this day, we're very dear friends.
Oh.
She's like family to me.
That is sweet.
And I got her all the way off of her for her birthday. And then she ended up putting me on her reality show, which was so much fun. But I got to say, you remind me of her with her sense of humor. Just
I can see that.
Natural wit.
She's she's straightforward, and I am too. Like, listen, I'm nice. I can talk to a homeless man. I can talk to a billionaire. I don't care who you are. I don't judge anybody. That's just how I was raised. And we're all here on the earth a short time. So I'm just nice to everybody. But if you're gonna be a dick, I'll pull my bigger dick out and swap you with it. I mean, I just will. Because I'm very nice, but I know I'm my business manager. That's scared the shit out of him, because sometimes we're meeting and I'm like, this guy's an asshole, and I'm just literally call him out on it. I'm like, because you go in and sometimes network people, they think they know it all. They go by algorithms and all this shit. They don't know. It's the public. I'm like, no. They're like, we got a million show. I'm pitching a show. They're like, yeah, I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I'm like, I got this, this, and this. Look at the numbers. You guys are idiots. And I think they don't have anybody talk to them like that. But, then the business person's like, yeah. And then we get the deal. So, but the thing is that I don't know. I think when you get to a certain age, it's called the fuck it factor. You're just like, fuck it. If you're not going to be nice, I'm not going to be nice. But if you're going to be nice and show me respect, I'll show you respect, But I'll go mafia on your ass too,
Yeah.
I'm Southern fuck. I'm nice, but I'll scare the shit out of somebody. I don't care if you're a quarterback. I mean, Shaquille O'Neal probably be running from me right now. He'd be like, oh my God, Darcy's pissed off. So, but I have, like, my dad, he was an athlete. He was a baseball coach. So it's like I grew up, I've got 3 brothers. So I've always been around men, but I've always had this glam look. So it's like, I'd be with the boys, with the snakes and the toads, but I'd be, like in this frilly outfit or looking like this going horseback riding. I don't know why. I just like it. That's me. But, when I got on set, because I came off the plane when we were doing, it was kind of like what's this, Anthony Hopkins, Silence of the Lambs. It was like a Silence of the Lambs. So I was the lead detective on the movie that I did with D.B. Sweeney. And, I walk in and I'm all like this, but then the minute, we went to shooting, he was like, where's Darcy Donavan at? And I'm like, this is what I get paid to do. I look completely different. Oh, I could walk in, like I could come in tomorrow, look completely different. So like you would probably not even know me if I wanted to do that. And that's just a gift. I don't know how. I don't know if it's because maybe I got a plain face. I don't know. But it's like I just walk in, like I just have a look. Sometimes I've gone into photo shoots and they're like, this is a completely different person. And I had a buddy of mine a long time ago. He's like, you're like a chameleon. He's like, somebody's going to see this one day and hopefully they'll see it and make some money. And I'm like, yeah, now we have Instagram.
Yeah, really.
So, you do brands and all this stuff, but I love playing dress up. I
know you dress up, but
yeah,
do you ever kick back?
Oh, when I'm at home? Are you kidding
like
me? It's like a guy sitting there with his balls hanging out. Right. Yeah, I'm like that, man. I'm just like, oh, yeah.
No, but it's nice to know that you can also kick back or wear a pair of jeans and a T-shirt and a baseball cap, right?
Yeah. I got glasses. I got my hair. Okay. One time I was in Nashville and, I was Miss Nashville, Tennessee. I was kind of like, before I came to California, I was like the big fish in a small pond. So it's like, I was really famous there, because I was doing all this stuff and, on the news and stuff. And so somebody, I don't know how, this kid found out where my house was and came and listen, I just got done, weed eating in the back. I was like, mowing the lawn. I was cleaning up dog shit. I was just doing all this stuff. And the kid, he knocked on the door. He's like, "Hello." He goes, is there a Darcy Donavan that lives here? And I go, "Excuse me." He goes, "Are you the maid?"
Oh my
and
God.
I'm like, "Yes, I am. And I'm sorry, but she's busy right now. She's not here." And they're like, "Okay, well, I'll come back." But I mean, I had glasses. I mean, I had those glasses, goggles. I had my hair looking all crazy. I looked like the back end of a chihuahua, when it doesn't get groomed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was terrible. But I was just like, okay. And I just laughed about it, So I was like, hey, it is what it is.
No, that's beautiful. Well, listen, I got to thank you for today.
I had so much.
This is great.
I could talk to you for 6 hours.
I know.
You got such a great energy.
You need to come back. Seriously.
I will. We just have so much fun. And I'll bring some food. I'll bring some Italian food.
I want to meet your dogs, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. They would love you. They feed off of energy.
Well, they could see I have that desire and the love, compassion for animals. They pick up on that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Dogs know. I'll tell you.
vibe.
Okay, tip of the day. Okay, if you meet a guy and the dogs don't like him, kick him to the curb because they're probably a serial killer.
Well, we're going to end with that, though.
There you go.
Well, this is Mike Torsha. Thank you for watching Live Well and Thrive. And please, we need your support. Subscribe. Thank you. Hey, thanks for watching this episode. Got great news. The merch is ready. You're going to see an array of all kinds of great products. Go to operationfitness.com. If you want to order anything, click on my store. Thanks for your support.